It's not often that a group of teachers infiltrates a school board meeting by way of the fire escape. But in 1937, that's how 14 New Orleans teachers made their entrance. Just a few weeks prior, the district had announced that after 3 rounds of Depression-era pay cuts, pay would only be restored for white teachers. A teacher later said, when that notice came out, everybody rose up. An interracial coalition of teachers arrived at the board meeting. They were promptly blocked from getting in through the front. From there, the New Orleans Item newspaper reported that the teachers marched outside and all 14 of them climbed a fire escape 5 stories. They slipped in through a window with help from a janitor, and they delivered their demand. And the next day, the school board relented, and they announced they were extending this raise to all teachers. My archival research in 2024 brought me into the stories of these teachers. I found that this act of interracial solidarity would have been hard to imagine just a few years prior, but the Depression had cracked open possibilities for collective action. In the face of meager paychecks and deteriorating classrooms, these teachers rejected these attempts to exploit racial divisions. And I found that this fire escape action set off a flurry of organizing efforts. And a few months later, these teachers became among the first in the South to unionize. I look at teacher labor organizing in times of crisis, like the Great Depression, the COVID crisis, because of the often unpredictable political formations and mobilizations that occur. The scholar Daniel Singer writes about these periods of history when history quickens pace in times of crisis and upheaval, when the machine grinds to a halt and people come to question the way things are, and accumulated discontent erupts. At the same time, these periods often catalyze an authoritarian response from the state. Nothing is inevitable. My project links these teacher struggles across time so that past fights can inform the present. As we now confront this barrage of executive orders that target our students and that label our teachers indoctrinators, my research reminds me to look for and create these acts of solidarity that previously would have been hard to imagine. Thank you.